More cloning is required, so let's go ahead and sort of get this bottom section done, as well as the other section. Got to be careful when we do this, as we could run into issues with having too many items brought in, and then the food doesn't get delivered to the canteen in time. So before we do anything, the canteen looks good to me, which means doing this shouldn't be much of a problem. So let's do some more cloning. So let's clone the bottom section, and we're just sort of going to make our way in here, essentially. Got to be careful as I do this, because Merv's mucking around with the mouse again. The meese. Why are our gardeners out here? I feel like this is the kind of area where I would say, if I could have an option that says don't bother. This would be much easier. There must be something. Just don't clean here, idiots. Not really. Just access only, really. I don't know if that works. But I'd rather make it staff only anyway. Because access only still implies that they can use it. Also, a bunch more deliveries just sort of waiting around here. How is the food distribution going? Everyone seems to have something to eat. A hell of a lot of you are being searched right now as well. At least the danger levels aren't as bad now. It looks like getting rid of those riot police has sort of cooled things down a little bit. Although the max sort of portion of our prison right here is still having a lot of issues with just random mass murdering. And I still don't know how to deal with it. You've been shackled up by one person, I think. The sniper's sort of running around. Sniper ready to shoot at anyone that comes across her. Is you really a crosshair? Ha ha! It was not a joke I intended to say, and nor did I even say crosshair, but it was close enough where I thought I'd repeat myself in a way that didn't really repeat myself. Yeah, I made the joke. Not really. I thought those two looked exactly the same. They do kind of look similar. Although you've got a mohawk. What's your name, sir? Oliver Moshpit. See, I can't remember when they joined. I'm kind of curious who is close to finishing their sentence. You're pretty close, Mark, okay? You might even get off a little bit earlier. Assaulting an officer, aggravated assault. Isn't assaulting an officer aggravated assault? You get 3 years for assaulting an officer. You only get 12... But you get 12 for aggravated assault. I just feel like it's a bit weird. You only get 6 for torture. Trafficking is 11. You get more for aggravated assault. Torture? Aggravated assault doesn't sound anywhere near as bad as torture. It's weird. Torture 5 years? Apparently torture in this part of the world is not that big of a deal. I feel like it's a big deal. Up here. We also should stop these from actually being cell blocks as well. Oh, although that should still be a security room. I screwed up. I take full responsibility. Oh, there we go. That's staff room. The multi-room is nice. Also, we should set up the door servos. Shit. And we'll get some cameras put in as well. And then once we've done that, we can pretty much just clone it all over. And that should be a fairly expensive endeavor. Also, we should be able to hook up the door servos, newly placed door servos over here. There we go. So I'm hoping these actually work now. So let's stop them from being opened up. And we'll see what happens when the time comes. As for power consumption, it's this one here, right? Yes, okay, cool. I was just going to say, if it's already nearly used up, that's going to be a little bit annoying. Food is still waiting around, unfortunately. I don't know what everyone's doing. Is it still eat time? It is, okay. Okay, we probably don't need this much time to give everyone a chance to eat. What are we missing out on? Free time? I think the gang section definitely don't need it. Wait, am I accepting 21 prisoners? Why? No, 20. Round it. I was going to say. I'm going to get 21 grand. What the hell? Why should it be off? Still curious who is infected. Is it you? Are you infected? No? There must be someone around here. Patient 0. Maybe they're dead, but it's still saying they're infected, and maybe they sort of got hearsed off, and it's just bugged out. I really couldn't say. Maybe they're outside in a tunnel somewhere, just digging away, and they've been doing so for quite some time. I'm kind of hoping they try and dig as well, again, and just sort of end up on in the middle bit. That's what happened last time when people tried to escape via a tunnel. Sleep time is coming up, so we're going to be doing it then. I think we pretty much aggravate them if we do it during a... We'll do it sort of on the dot when they go to bed. Why do they get an hour less sleep? Doesn't seem right. Probably something I meant to change before, but never got around to doing. Anyway. We're still making a good amount of money as well, considering we don't have that much work time at the moment. How are all of their needs? Not too bad. Still dealing with all the middle ones right now that are sort of stagnant. We're just not able to fulfill these needs. Or at least we get one half to deal with it, and then the other half. Maybe it's a case of we don't have enough facilities for everyone, which is why it's always sort of on the halfway point. And never usually on high, but there's sort of a few fragments of people that really need to have comfort and family. Okay, so sleep time is here. I'm pretty much going to watch the sleep button, because otherwise I'm going to forget to shake down. Also, how many people are over here? Just resting? It's quite a few. I like how they're just going around the doors. Yeah. Well, I guess I did forget that we also need to place down the walls, which we're going to get to anyway, so that's fine. Doesn't really matter anyway. If anything, it makes our lives a lot easier. Well, now they just go through the security area, which I suppose makes sense. Okay, so here we go. Shakedown. Search everything. No exceptions. We must find whatever we can find. Hopefully we find a tunnel that's not too far gone. That would be great. By too far gone... Oh, a taser. We found a taser? Really? A death has occurred, apparently. Two deaths occurred. God, they never leave them unconscious. They just kill them straight up. It's just so unavoidable. Doesn't matter how much body armor they got, they just insta-kill. I think the sniper got them, I couldn't tell. Oh, we found a tunnel. We found 2 tunnels. And yep, they pretty much have just started. Oh, there's the dummy. And I'm talking about the prisoner. Unfortunately, we can't get inside here. I wonder if this has now designated itself as being a separate part of the prison. Because then I can just have it be open. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. That makes everything easier. And also leaves these doors closed, which is quite nice. So many places to search. I wonder if they're getting annoyed because of all the unnecessary searches. Yeah, a lot of them have been quite annoyed. It's quite a nice way to gauge who is compliant, though. So, 360 so far are compliant with the rules and do not have any contraband, which is not really good enough, but oh well. Only 1 tunnel so far, and they're going to have to go quite a while before they get anywhere else. Not to mention, we still need to purchase these outside squares, just so that we can have a little bit more room for when we have sniper towers on the outside. That way, if they do escape, we can just sort of put fire mode on and shoot them with the sniper towers. Otherwise, they're probably just going to escape and run a few blocks, and then they're pretty much home free. And we don't want that. We want to give them a chance of freedom, but obviously take away the pure, delicious taste of it. That's the best way to do things, I tend to find. Shower time has started. I think we're good for now. I would like to finish it, but it's a bit too slow at this point. But you never know. We could find another tunnel. We still have all of these areas to search, apparently. I don't know what all the armed guards are doing. I guess they just don't search these areas. Also, these cameras are not being active. Why are they not active? Are required to operate monitor. Are we just low on guards again? I guess they're all searching, aren't they? That doesn't make sense. I'm just waiting for their sleep time. or their shower time. Have they had enough sleep due to this? They have, actually. That's quite surprising. If anything, their hygiene's the next thing to get in the way. So we're going to stop the shakedown as soon as it's their shower time, because then we need to... Actually, we're going to stop it now. That's fine. We'll probably just miss a tunnel or something. I don't really mind. Yep, it was pretty much just this bit down here that had tunnel. I like to do that just to see if there's anywhere I missed. But there wasn't. Okay, so everyone should be able to go back to their stations now before shower time. So there's going to be a little bit of kerfuffleness. Our gardeners have been working overtime to get all these trees planted. They always do. No deaths, please. That would be appreciated. The large mix of guards and prisoners here. A little bit worrisome. Is there enough food? Not really. Seas... What am I trying to say? Still seem to be quite slow. The hell was I trying to say there? It was a bit crazy. Oh, they're all on the phone as well. That was quite cool. Yeah, they're still waiting for their food over at the minimum security. It's gang security, really. It's not minimum, but there we are. There should be enough for them now, though. Danger levels are very high, though. Kind of worrisome. How are we doing? Eating is okay. We have plenty of food for maximum security. A few people being tasered. Hopefully none of them are starting a riot. Any instigations would not be ideal. This is usually the best time to start a riot because everyone is here. All these sort of little corners and walkways. Right, how are we doing up here? Yep, a lot of it is done. So let's do some more cloning. It's a very long process to get this sort of thing done. I mean, not to mention we also need to get all the water bits done as well. We need to get the common room set up. And the... In fact, what I should do is clone these as single units just so I can get these bits done. This one's a bit awkward, but it's fine. Yeah, that's good. That way we can get the common room and the yard set up before we finish off the sort of last couple sections. Won't be getting it done in today's session, however. It's just a bit too long. Found some scissors. Not scissors, shears. Garden scissors. I really want to execute this bugger. They look a bit dopey, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, new prisoners coming in 2 hours. Good. His name, I thought his name was Joy then. I was like, whoa. There's so many convictions. And he plead guilty for all of them. You can't just stay here forever. Has he actually had any... The state-approved conviction strength is 10%. Okay. Wait, are you ill? Just want to find out. Okay. Some of you are a little bit sick in the head, is what I really mean here. Some of them are still annoyed that they were searched recently. The safety levels as well are a bit of a problem. Maybe we need more lockup. Maybe that's why they're a bit annoyed about all this stuff. Maybe just sort of like a random lockup for 2 hours here in the middle. And then free time, eat. I don't know if that's going to have some issues with their family and recreation. But I'm pretty sure having lockup helps with safety. But it usually comes at the sort of big cost of not having the ability to deal with everything else. Incoming call from the chief. One of the spiritual leaders we bring in for our religious programs has been running up the inmates with all kinds of hateful speech. They've been fired, but the prison may take some time to calm down. Is that what the danger levels are all about? Or maybe their spiritual needs go up? Not really. The new prisoners have arrived. I'm looking forward to seeing the hive and scum and villainy that has been presented for us today. And they're going to see dead inmates. Pretty much right there. With a bunch of hearses outside. It's pretty much the best thing for them to see, to realize that if you go around in this prison, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to get pumped full of lead. That's just how it is. Or other things. Definitely other things. But you know, that's just bad. We will try our best to make sure it's only lead that gets pumped into them. That's it. We just need to wait for all these lovely trees to be delivered, you know. A little bit of life as well they get to see, although unfortunately the bodies are gone now. Oh, no, we're going to show one right in front of them. There we are. We're dragging them. Just one person's dragging their corpse. Blood pretty much trailing the prisoner as well. What was his name? Do you think it's weird that I probably read this person's name before? I've never really thought about it. They've been sentenced to 92 years. Wow, they're dead now. What a light sentence. They were only in for 22.5. Who would have thought he went into prison and didn't think he would... Well, thought he would be there for 22.5 years. It's just weird to think about that kind of stuff. You just don't know. You don't know when you're just going to get shanked by someone in a prison. Even if you're not in a prison, you just don't know when you get shanked by someone in a prison. You just don't know. Here we are. You have a unique shirt. Why the hell do you... Why are you... Oh, he's a cop killer. What the hell do I do with a cop killer? There's nothing I can do with it. You just put you in protective custody, but... Oh well. You're also a murderer. Fearless, strong, and so... I don't really want to put you in protective custody, to be honest. Information. What the hell's a bunch of gang members in here? Not what I would like at all. Okay. Let's get all the gang members into appropriate clothing. I thought we took their clothing off or changed whatever they were into something else during processing. Another gang member. So many gang members right now. Normal and normal. And a lot of them are wearing some sort of cosmetic, facial cosmetic items like glasses. I don't like the idea of that, even if you do need them to see. That's just not a right you're allowed to have. Who do we have, though? James Luther, Marius, Mad Marius, something. John Gleamore, Ed Patton, Bren, Paul Forrest, Christopher Stocklake, Scott Barry. Scott Barry here. Stephen Russell, John Pennington, wow, a very British name. Mark Lindsay, Broadside Terror, holy hell, what a name. Paul Bird, Paul's dishwasher for some reason. There's Bren again. Matt Chappell, Dan Smith, Cody Wildboy, Tom Brown. Probably the most boring name I've ever heard of, Tom. Tom Brown. Okay, then. I mean, maybe you're the name of a sort of a very boring gangster. You're boring because you do everything by the book and you never get caught. In fact, you're the best gangster there is. You know, the best whatever of particular crime lord of some sort. You just never get caught. You're good at what you do. But people consider you quite dull. And you know what? Not many people know of you as well. That's how good you are at your job. Tom Brown, whatever his name was. I forgot his name. That's how good it is. So good, so good. Okay, we're done with installing the new areas. I think there's still a shower head that needs to be installed there. And a toilet. Yeah, still a few bits and bobs here and there. We also need to pretty much wall up the soon-to-be yard section now as well. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's also wall it off. And put some servos down while we're at that. There we go. Nice and dandy. Servos are being installed, as well as the doorways. Oh no, the doors are being installed first, which does make sense. And then we should be able to demolish this area. Is it clear indoor area? Or is it bulldoze? I think it's bulldoze, but I've clear indoor area, but I'm pretty sure it just clears sort of items. Or flooring and stuff like that. We'll go for bulldoze as well, just to make sure. That should make our lives significantly easier in that regard. But I think that'll be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Nearly done with this. Just a few more cell blocks to throw in. And then this section will pretty much be done. We get the bottom section done here. The engines for our spaceship. And then we pretty much just accept about 400 prisoners in one go and see what happens. So, See if we can contend with the misery that may ensue. I'm looking forward to that. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, like and stuff. Follow me on Twitter for updates on my channel and Twitch for live streams. It's been a pleasure as always. Bye-bye.